Hey, thank you so much for watching. I'm Pippi Peterson, and I travel full-time in my RV with my 2 retired greyhounds. Right now, I'm in the beautiful Sandia Mountains, which border the east side of Albuquerque. And I'm on the east side of the mountains, so I'm only about 20 or 30 minutes away from town. The great thing about here is it's a higher elevation, so it's actually a really nice place to be during the summer. The State Highway number 14 runs along the backside of the Sandia Mountains and will take you through a scenic trip up to Santa Fe. Along the way is a very kitsch town by the name of Madrid, not Madrid, where you can stop and get a burger at one of the limited food joints in town and enjoy or gawk at some of the unique tastes in art. A plethora of art, from mailboxes to wood carvings and other random thoughts. Route 66 is probably America's most famous and popular highway. It was built in 1926 and it went from Chicago, Illinois down to Santa Monica, California. However, in 1985, it was completely removed from the maps because the interstate highway system was fully in place. The Interstate 40 pretty much replaced the majority of Route 66. However, in several parts of it, you can still find the original Route 66 road as a side road, or even some states have made it a state highway where you can travel on it that way. Some spots along the historic Route 66 are more popular than others, naturally, and there's a piece between Albuquerque and Tijeras, New Mexico that wasn't really ever popular. So New Mexico decided to do something very cool and special for that piece of Route 66. There's a section in there, 1/4 mile, that will actually sing to you America the Beautiful. So think of those rumble strips, or some people might call them drunk bumps. It's the same concept, except the rivets are placed at such a distance from each other in different segments that the humming noise that you will hear from your tires will actually play that song. How cool is that? So let's go check that out. Hard to hear in a diesel dually. Let's try it again. I'm gonna turn off my air conditioner and maybe hopefully catch it. Well, Bobby has granted me use of his vehicle, so I'm determined to get these on video and get them recorded so you can hear them. Really, really cool. recorded it! Ha! So now the test is, did it come out on video okay? One more time for good measure. God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. There you go, and you get a little ballad of me singing. That is so cool. I've never heard of such a thing like that. That is so clever, and I very much enjoyed it, so I hope you enjoyed it too. The way that this actually works, it's the same exact way that you can make a string vibrate, for example on a violin, and make it play a note. So for example, the note E, if anything vibrates 330 times in a second, it will produce the note of E. So then as you increase that, you go up in the scale, or decrease that, you go down in the scale. So that's how they know how many rivets they need per second. And the time difference, or the way that you're supposed to travel along it, you're supposed to go 45 miles per hour. That's their speed limit. So they got it mathematically worked out so that each note has whatever amount that it needs in that time. And for example, the note E again, that one for this application, they need to place a rivet every 2.4 inches. So that's pretty cool. So that will go up as the scale needs to go up, and then down as you need a lower note. I'm enjoying a wonderful, beautiful day at the lake. It's such a nice opportunity to take a day off, and I've got the dogs with me, and we're playing in the water, we're having sandwiches, and I've got the blanket out. So it's such a nice, relaxing day. I totally needed it. This is Cochiti Lake, and it is just about an hour north of Albuquerque, and maybe even an hour or less south of New Santa Fe. So it's kind of a good lake to come to if you're in the area, just to enjoy the scenery. There's a big thunderstorm that's happening right now, and it's really exciting. So it's great to have the sunny, beautiful skies on one side, and then the dark thunderstorms on the other. So I'm gonna try to get Pearl to swim. She's probably never swam before, and I'm guessing this is her first lake experience. I still have yet to get Chase to swim, but we'll see if she can swim. Good girl. Come on, sweetie. It has been a whole month that I have enjoyed a wonderful stay in the Albuquerque area on the east side of the Sandia Mountains. And it's been a month not of sightseeing, but I like these longer stays because I work regularly. I work from home, and so I've had a couple of days of sightseeing and then basically just regular life. But it's great to be able to move every month or every 2 or 3 weeks. Anyway, before I leave a area that is going to have, a lot of different stores, because tomorrow I'll be crossing, we're going to take 2 weeks to cross the Great Plains and stopping in really small towns. So one thing that I really wanted to do and get in a bigger area, a bigger city like this before I left was this special tea. I learned about this. I've been to China a couple times. I learned about it there. This particular one is Korean, but it's basically like almonds, nuts, seeds and beans and stuff like that crushed up into a powder, and then you just pour hot water onto it. Anyway, I wanted to get that, and I was like, well, what's the chance I can find that in like small town Oklahoma? So I wanted to get this before I left a bigger city. I also found at that store, which I'm really excited about, there's this tea called Genmai Cha. It's just green tea with roasted rice. It is so good, and it's hard to find this in regular grocery stores. So I'm really happy I found it at the store where I got this almond tea. And then I also found, which I'm super excited about, I used to go to this Korean restaurant and they would serve tea, and it was corn and barley, and I found it! So I'm actually boiling some water. I'm going to make a gallon of it and have the roasted barley and corn iced tea. So, and then while I was out before leaving, the bigger cities that I know are going to have my favorite stores, I had to go to Winco because not every state has a Winco, and get my favorite chapstick. This is like the best chapstick ever. It's their brand. I buy this in bulk. It's $2. It's $1 each chapstick. So it's very comparable to Burt's Bees, but I actually like this one better. And it's like, a third the price. And then I went to Costco and I got a big bag of dog food because I have before almost left town to travel through small cities and forgotten to buy extra dog food. So I've got another bag of dog food. And while I was at Costco, I got Pine Sol. Costco loves to bring it in these big quantities. Well, when I was in Phoenix, I had one of these huge gallons of Pine Sol in my trailer, and I'm like, well, it feels weird just to throw it away. My storage trailer, by the way. And so I was like, well, I'll dump it down my tank, one of my tanks. So I did, and it actually smells really good in the tanks. It doesn't last forever, but I mean, what does if you're using the tanks for tank matter? So I got these at Costco yesterday, and I'm going to dump these in my tanks before I go. I almost forgot, another absolute favorite store in bigger cities is Trader Joe's. Why? Pizza! This is Trader Joe's best item, in my opinion. Best item in the store. So anyway, getting on the road tomorrow. I'm very excited. Staying a month in one spot, you really get to know the place. You get to know the grocery stores and even the roads. And just as you're beginning to settle in, you get ready to go, and you get butterfly feelings. So I'm very excited to go and make way over to the east. Join me next time for more travels around the US and life in my RV. Thanks so much for watching, and subscribe to stay up to date with the channel, and click that bell icon next to the sub button to get notified when new videos are released.